Future tense meaning and examples. Future tense formula. You are near to learning future tense meaning and examples. All the future tense formulas are needed to speak or write English sentences about future time actions. In this content, you will learn the future tense definition, classification, future tense structure, future tense examples, and formula. Future tense meaning and examples. If an action will be done or organized in the future, then the sentence is written in the future tense. That is, the tense through which future actions are written is called future tense. Future tense formula. The structure or formula of future tense refers to the structure of the four parts that future tense is divided into. The structure of each section will be discussed below. Examples of future tense sentences in English. Before discussing the details of future tense, some examples of future tense are discussed. I will go to the store tomorrow. She will go to visit her grandmother next weekend. They will go to watch a movie tonight. The train will arrive at 3 p.m. We will travel to Europe next summer. He will finish his homework before dinner. By this time next year, I will have graduated from college. The company is planning to launch a new product in the coming months. Tomorrow, I will be volunteering at the local shelter. Types of future tense in English with examples. Like other tenses, future tense is also divided into four parts. These are: future indefinite tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, future perfect continuous tense. Each of them is discussed in detail below. Future indefinite tense definition in English. Like the concept of indefinite in other tenses, the concept of indefinite in future tense is the same. If an action will be done or organized in the future, then the sentence should be written in the future indefinite tense. Future indefinite tense structure with examples. The structure of different forms of future indefinite tense is: in the case of positive form, the structure will be subject plus will shall plus base form of the verb plus object. Example: she will travel to Paris next month. In case of negative form, the structure will be subject plus will not, won't, shall not, shan't, plus base form of the verb plus object. Example: they won't attend the meeting tomorrow. The structure of the question form will be will slash shall, plus subject plus base form of the verb plus object. Example: will you join us for dinner tonight? Future indefinite tense examples in English. Future indefinite tense. Apart from the examples mentioned above, some more examples are discussed below. Example of positive form: I will visit my grandmother next weekend. He will go to Cox's Bazar Beach for his vacation. She will graduate from college in June. He will buy a new car next year. Example of negative form: she won't attend a conference next week. They won't play in the park if it rains. He won't forget your birthday. The restaurant won't be open on Monday. I won't travel to Europe this summer. Example of question form: will you join us for dinner tonight? Will they arrive on time for the meeting? Will she come to the party tomorrow? Will he pass the exam? Will it be sunny this weekend? Future continuous tense meaning and examples. The idea that an action will continue in the future is written with the help of tense is called future continuous tense. That is, the action will be in the future but the action will continue, or the subject in motion will be in the future continuous tense. Future continuous tense structure with examples. The structure of different types of future continuous tense is discussed below. The structure for the positive form would be subject plus will shall plus be plus present participle, base form of the verb plus ing, plus object. Example: you will be studying for the exam tomorrow morning. The structure for the negative form would be subject plus will not, won't, shall not, shan't, plus be plus present participle, base form of the verb plus ing, plus object. Example: she won't be working late tonight. The structure for the question form will be will slash shall, plus subject plus be plus present participle, base form of the verb plus ing, plus object. Example: Will they be watching the game on TV this weekend? Future continuous tense examples in English. Some examples mentioned above are also discussed below. Example of positive form. I will be studying for my final exams tomorrow evening. She will be working on the project all day next Friday. They will be having dinner at that fancy restaurant tonight. He will be playing basketball with his friends at 4 p.m. We will be traveling to the mountains during the summer. Example of negative form. She won't be participating in the marathon next month. They won't be working late in the office this week. He won't be watching TV during his study hours. We won't be using the car tomorrow. Example of question form. Will you be working late tonight? Will she be singing at the concert on Sunday? Will they be cooking dinner when we arrive? Will he be swimming in the pool at this time tomorrow? Will it be raining during the picnic? Future perfect tense meaning in English. The future perfect tense is used to indicate that an action will be completed within a certain period in the future. In this case, the time will be future tense and the action will be past tense. Future perfect tense structure with examples. The structure of different forms of future perfect tense are discussed below. The structure for the positive form would be subject plus will shall plus have plus past participle of the verb plus object. Example. By next year, she will have completed her master's degree. The structure for the negative form would be subject plus will not, won't, shall not, shan't, plus have plus past participle of the verb plus object. Example. They won't have finished their project by the end of the month. The structure for the question form will be will slash shall, plus subject plus have plus past participle of the verb plus object. Example. Will you have written the report by Friday? Future perfect tense example sentences. In addition to some examples of future perfect tense mentioned above, some category-wise examples are discussed below. Example of positive form. By the end of the year, he will have saved enough money for a down payment on a house. She will have finished writing her novel by the time the publishing deadline arrives. They will have completed their road trip across the country in 3 weeks. By next summer, we will have been married for 10 years. The chef will have prepared a delicious meal for the guests by 7 p.m. Example of negative form. They won't have fixed the roof before the rainy season begins. I won't have completed the online course by the time the certificate is issued. She won't have learned to play the piano before the recital. He won't have returned the borrowed books to the library by the due date. The construction won't have started on the new building next month. Example of question form. Will they have finished remodeling their house by the end of the summer? Will she have submitted her research paper by the conference deadline? Will he have found a new job by the time his current contract expires? Will it have stopped raining by the time we get to the park? Future perfect continuous tense meaning in English. Tense used to express the idea that one action will continue before another action in the future is called future perfect continuous tense. Suppose it is 8 a.m., your exam will start from 10 a.m. You go to the exam hall with a book and keep reading until the moment the exam starts. The concept that you will read here is written in the future perfect continuous tense. Future perfect continuous tense structure with examples. The structures of different forms of future perfect continuous tense are mentioned below. The structure of the positive form will be subject plus will have been plus present participle, base form of the verb plus ing, plus for plus a period of time plus object. Example. By 2030, you will have been working at this factory for 15 years. The structure of the negative form will be subject plus will not, won't, plus have been plus present participle, base form of the verb plus ing, plus for plus a period of time plus object. Example. They won't have been studying all night before the exam. The structure of the question form will be will, plus subject plus have been plus present participle, base form of the verb plus ing, plus for plus a period of time plus object. Example. Will she have been traveling for 2 weeks by the time she returns? Future perfect continuous tense examples. Below are some examples according to different forms which will complete your learning if practiced. Example of positive form. By the end of this month, they will have been renovating their house for 6 months. In 3 months, she will have been studying French for a year. By the time he arrives, the cake will have been baking for 30 minutes. Example of negative form. They won't have been gardening all day when you visit. I won't have been waiting for you for hours by the time you arrive. By the end of the week, she won't have been exercising regularly. They won't have been hiking in the mountains for a week. I won't have been playing the piano for hours when you come over. Example of question form. Will you have been learning Spanish for 6 months by the time you travel to Spain? Will they have been swimming in the pool for an hour by the time I got there? Will she have been writing her thesis for a year when she defends it? Will the team have been practicing for 2 hours by the time the game starts? Will it have been raining for a while when we decide to go outside? Final words for future tense meaning and examples. At this stage of the discussion, I could learn what future tense is called, and various topics including the structure and examples of future tense. If you practice more, you will be able to learn better inshallah. This content may also change with time. So after watching the video, if possible, when you can see the complete content once, then you will know everything. Thank you very much.